Like, what's up, everybody? We got a special surprise here. We got a special co-host here, Bosa Reptiles.
Yo, what's going on? It's an honor to be here next to my brother.
So this is gonna be a good live tonight. Hopefully, it's you know popping for you guys. What we're gonna do is the. Is there any updates on the USARC, Bosa? Do you know anything for
I
USARC
haven't
Florida?
I haven't checked, but I know that USR Florida was auctioning off, I believe this weekend, the guitar in
With all
Atlanta.
the signs, all
Yeah,
the autographs, or the stickers all over it, right, or something?
it's signed by the big guys in the reptile industry.
Oh, dude, that's dope. And I saw like on Instagram too, you had like a list of animals too. They had caimans, they had boas, they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
balls. Dude, they got a lot of animals auction off for
Oh,
that. But this time I'm gonna take the time also to shout out the sponsors. We got Reptile Crew,
shout out Reptile Crew.
we got CNB Reptiles. I don't got a sticker, but I got them tattooed right there.
You got it tattooed on.
And then Ship Your Reptiles. You type in Flexin 23, you get 50% off your order, or $15 off your order. I'm sorry. And then we
15.
got KC Reptile Lab. We got Flexin. Type in Flexin. It's 50% off any substrate. And then we got South Bay Reptiles. Josh, the homie. And then we got Blue Tongue Republic. The guys that made this logo possible. Everything that you see, the Sexin and Flexin, the RP, the abbreviation, all that. He did all that. If you need any work done, go hit him up. We just added a new sponsor. What is it? Stitching Clothing. He does Baby Jesse's hats. I think it's Stitching Clothing.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's a great new sponsor.
Yeah, he actually did a Sex and Flex and Reptile podcast hat. That shit came out dope. I haven't sent the pictures out to anybody yet, but that thing came out dope.
I got to see it.
Um, but other than that, I don't think we have any other updates. Do you have anything else to say, Bosa? What's up, Tammy?
Let's get started.
All right, let's go. We're gonna do it. Let's get the intro going, and let's go. Bro, you know what I just thought about? I had to go back and re-edit that flyer for the sponsor, the new one. Everybody, welcome to Sex and Flexing Live Saturday. We got Jeremy from, is it Warfels?
Yep, Warfels Morphs.
Warfels Morphs. I wanted to make sure I said that right. And we got a special co-host guest tonight, Bosa Reptiles.
I can never remember which side it's on.
I do that too,
The
brother. Don't
reverse
worry.
always screws me up every time.
Just
So what's
point
up?
towards the middle.
Yeah.
So what's up, Jeremy? Tell us a little bit about you. You know what you work with and everything for the people that don't know.
Well, my name's Jeremy Warfel. I run Warfels Morphs along with my YouTube channel, which is also called Warfels Morphs. Um, I do a podcast every Sunday at 8, and also breed ball pythons and what I consider probably the best uh, pet snake there is, or actually best snake there is to own, carpet pythons.
Hell yeah! And ball pythons, right? You said you
Yep.
breed ball pythons.
Yeah,
So
the basis for everything is ball pythons, but anybody that watches my channel knows that the baseline is balls, but carpets were supposed to be a side project, and it's rapidly become not a side project anymore. Uh, just the way carpets interact with you, the fact that it's a snake that actually thinks. There's more to them than like a ball python, so to speak. Just like the mentality of them. Uh, when I hatched my first clutch of carpets this year, like we went through, cut all the eggs, made sure there were no issues because I had a ball python clutch one time that had a wrapped umbilical cord around a baby's head, so I wanted to make sure I didn't have that issue with the carpets. And went through, cut them all, and we had got done filming it, and my son and I were just kind of chilling, just staring at these beautiful snakes in the egg, and all of a sudden, like three of them came poking their head right out, like probably came out a quarter of the way out of their egg, and where like a ball python comes out, and they're just kind of like, I say derpy, like they just kind of come out like do do do. These suckers came out. It was like what you'd see like velociraptors in Jurassic Park. Their head came out, and then that head swung right around and locked on you. I mean, they were ready to rock and roll right out of the egg. It was probably the most badass experience. And after that, it's like, all right, it's like, balls could be the baseline, but the carpets are gonna definitely be a huge, huge part here now.
So why not like retics or boas or
Retics, I don't like something that gets that big. Uh,
okay?
like
The
I
space
want
issue.
something that's manageable, not going to take up a crap ton of space,
Yeah.
and carpets fit that bill where they get impressive, they get outrageously beautiful, but you don't have the huge size. Like I think my male is roughly 6 foot, and that's pretty big for a male jungle. But like boas, my buddy Mike breeds boas, and him and I kind of have like a joint thing where he breeds them, and we sell the babies under my brand and everything. And he told me, was it last year? It was last year. He told me, he goes, "Hey, because I have an IMG here for you." I was like, "What do you mean for me?" He goes, "Well, I'm because you're doing me such a good solid on some of this stuff." He goes, "I'm gonna hook you up with an IMG." I was like, "Dude, it's like just sell it, man." It's like I appreciate the offer, but get that money because it's like at the moment didn't have the space for it, and I still don't have the space for it because I'm so focused on getting the ball python stuff built up, the carpet python stuff built up, that I just don't want to start cluttering in other species that I really don't need at this time.
And with ball pythons, you're just working as one gene, or I mean not gene, one morph.
No, no, no. Ball pythons, God, I have so much now. Recessive wise, I'm working everything. My whole collection is based off of TSK Exantic. No
Okay.
matter what uh, morph combo and all other recessives, eventually they're going to be put into Exantic. But I'm working with Exantic, Clown, Desert Ghost, Hypo, uh, Pied. Got into Pied. Think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. For as far as recessives, I'm sorry. I'm there looking around, saying, okay, what's it lying in these tubs that I'm forgetting? But I'm pretty sure that's it. That's my baseline for all my recessives. Then you've got leopard. Everybody hates it, but I love spider. Spider and
Yeah,
Exantic
I love
work
spider.
with
Yeah.
each other. Um, leopard, I just got into the lace project, which that video I need to make that video actually showing that new pickup off. But got into lace. We've got some chocolate going on. We've got some chocolate triple hets that might be producing this coming season. So there could be some crazy stuff popping out. Um, yeah, I mean it's GHI Mojave stuff. Banana got a what I'm hoping is going to be a killer GHI Mojave paired to a pastel banana clutch due to hatch next Saturday. So hopefully I can do better than I did it here on this last clutch. Which you get anybody that watches the channel, you'll find out in 2 weeks, roughly 2 to 3 weeks. Just it was, man. This is like for the first 2 years we had it was flawless. Everything went by smooth, no hiccups, no issues, nothing. And then like this year, it just seems like this one clutch it punched me in the gut, and then here at the egg cutting, it just kicked me in the balls, dude.
Damn.
It's been a little bit rough here for this year.
Oh wow.
Damn.
This is expected when you're getting more into the breeding and then breeding more stuff. I guess you run into hiccups, which is kind of good because you learn from them, I guess.
Well, you do. I think it makes you appreciate when you don't have the hiccups.
Yeah.
Like for instance, my clutch number 4 was a double head exantic, was a bumblebee double head exantic clown to a pastel double head exantic clown. So it was my first shot at hitting double visuals. And clutch number 5, which was laid the same day, basically everything slugged out except for 2 eggs.
Oh, damn.
So like that was the punch in the gut. And then when then the new video airs in, like I said, like roughly 2 to 3 weeks, something like that, you guys will all get to see the kick in the nuts.
Bro,
Yeah.
I had that happen to me. I had a clutch. I had a clutch of 4. One died. The one egg died during incubation, and then the other 2 came out, but the third one died in the egg.
Okay.
And then my other female, she just like didn't no eggs. I mean, the eggs came out, but they were all slugs, like just slugged out
So
completely.
she's completely slugged out.
It
See
sucked.
I was afraid of that happening with the double het clutch, because a guy in our group chat, he had like 3 or 4 first time females, and they all slugged out. It's just like, oh my god, it's like this is gonna happen to me. So you watch this, so it'll be that clutch, and luckily it wasn't that clutch. It was the clutch after. But I
Damn.
do out of the carpet clutch though. The carpet python laid 11 eggs first time mom, and only 10 of them made it full term incubation. One went bad. Like 2 weeks into it, I think it started getting moldy and just nasty. So I need to say that one got axed real quick. I didn't want to risk it doing anything to the rest of the clutch.
So what like I guess what brought you into reptiles? That's what I want to know. Like,
Oh, dude, I've ever since I can remember, I've been all about snakes, lizards. Growing up, like I had a woods across from my house, so sun would come up, I'd wake up and basically disappear all day during the summertime, and I wouldn't come back till supper time. I'd be over there. I'd be catching snakes, turtles, frogs, like just anything, man. It was. I don't know what the obsession was, but I just felt at home when around these animals. And I think I was 10, 12, something like that when I got my first ball python. God, I don't even know what year that was. So I was born in 87. So it was probably even earlier than 10. But anyway, neither here nor there. Anyway, but my first ball python was a normal. That I don't even think there was really any morphs back then either. I think
wait,
pastel just hit the market possibly.
oh
But
damn.
yeah, it was way back there. uh, but no, like, I was always just out catching snakes, reading everything I could about them as a kid. I remember carrying around like this. It was a little red diary-sized book that had like all sorts of reptiles and amphibians of like North America, and like I carried that thing around like a Bible as a kid. Like it's just an obsession and a passion I've had from the start, and all except for a couple minor hiccups throughout my youth of growing up, I've always had snakes. Uh, at one point, women became top priority, and mom also didn't appreciate a rat full of freezers, especially when she opens the freezer door and the rats come out like an avalanche. That was kind of the end of those keeping days until I got my own house.
Did you ever put a rat in the microwave?
Oh God, no, no, I did not ever do that. I've heard of people doing that, and it's just like,
This is
Bro, I didn't know. Like, man, I was really coming to the hobby. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to like put them in the microwave.
You actually did it?
Yeah, I put it in the microwave. The rat blew up. Man, it was nasty. I had to
Oh,
buy a whole new microwave.
Nah, he
okay.
still got that
Please tell me
microwave.
you got rid of the microwave.
Yeah, I did. But they keep saying like I still have it.
Ain't no 3 minute cut soup for me in your house.
The worst I ever had happen was with my adult blood python. She was like 6 foot, 26 pounds. She was a big girl. Um, she was eating like jumbo sized rats, and I would wrap them up in a heat blanket, and help get that temperature up because that was a big sized rat.
Yeah.
And she nailed that thing the one time, and when she hit it that hard, sometimes you'd end up with the leg, you might end up with just the tail. She hit it hard that night, and like the whole rat just like exploded in the tank. I was just like, oh.
Oh, that sucks.
That was the last time I ever used a heat pad for anything.
So yeah, I noticed that like when you heat it up like that, I feel like the heat stays in there and just expands it.
Yep.
And then
I know,
to
like,
where like
yeah, I don't understand why it does it like it does though, because like I'll let my rat stall in the snake room here like for hours. Just natural thaw, get that aroma in the air, makes the snakes kind of gets them amped up. And then I'll put them in Ziploc bags. Well, they're already in Ziploc bags while they're thawing. The bags are just open. But then I'll go and I'll submerge the bags in hot water. And as I'm doing that, like I'll start zipping it so that way it basically forms a vacuum seal. And then I'll warm them up in these Ziploc bags in hot water and like Rubbermaid tub. And that's basically my thawing method. And I haven't really had any issues with rodents exploding or falling apart super easy. So I don't know what the difference is between using hot water or say something like a heat mat, like or a heat pad, I should say, not mat. But
I'm like
it's I don't get it.
I was like I don't know. I don't know. Now I take them out and I just throw them all in warm water and just let them thaw out.
See, I'm always afraid that the snakes will ingest like uh, the cocoa husk if I just throw it in water and let it like because I mean, even though I use cocoa to go and it's got some nice sized chunks to it, but that rat is really what it still sticks to it.
Oh,
Like the one.
so what they taught me is when I go to like over to Lucas, he puts it like paper towels and then dabs it a little bit till it dries up.
Oh, okay, so he dries the
Yeah, the
rat off
water.
before.
I
Okay.
would think the way Jeremy does it is a lot easier though. They come out dry already, right?
Yeah. Every once in a while you'll get a leaky bag and then you end up with rat soup inside the bag, which is nasty in itself then. But normally, for the most part, they stay dry and you don't have to go through that process.
So Jeremy, how long have you been in the reptile hobby? Like on Instagram or Facebook or you only on Instagram?
I'm basically on everything: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Uh, been doing. I've been breeding for 3 years. Keeping, like I said before, I've been keeping basically my whole life. Instagram, I have been massively slacking on. Just I focus all my attention on YouTube basically,
Yeah.
and big reason like everybody gives me crap because they're like, oh well, it only takes a couple seconds to snap a picture or whatever. It's like, well, with my mindset is I've got videos to edit, thumbnails to create, snakes to clean and take care of. I've got a 3-year-old daughter, a 16-year-old son, and then God Hudson's 5 months now, 6 months, 6 month old baby plus a wife. So it's like if I can, if I'm going to focus my attention on anything, it's obviously the family first, but Instagram's definitely last on the list. Uh, well, Facebook's really dead last, but no.
What about
Every
TikTok?
once in a while, I'll throw something over on Instagram, but for the most part, it's all just my social media stuff is just the YouTube channel.
Go ahead, Bosa.
What about TikTok?
Oh, I can't get into TikTok again. I cannot. Like My son, Dom was supposed to take over TikTok. Dom had this bright idea that TikTok was going to make millions for us, or at least thousands. He had this huge future lined up for it and all this stuff. I told him, say, hey, if you want to do TikTok, all right, you run the TikTok because I don't have time for it. So he said, okay. And there's like what, maybe two videos on there, Kike?
Yeah, I think there's 2.
It's at most there's 2, and every time, like I would bring it up, are you even doing anything with you guys? Well, you have to send me the videos. They're like, dude, like this is your freaking baby. Like if you want to run TikTok on this, it's like you come down and you take the videos. It's like I got no parts in this one. So needless to say, TikTok's dead. It's there, but it's not.
So KT.
KT, what's up? Yes, actually, I might be able to.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Hold up. Let me solo him out. But speaking on TikTok, I know how hard that TikTok stuff is. It's super hard because I don't know how Bosa did it, but he got 11,000.
Just got to have fun with it.
I am having fun. I only have 900.
Zena.
Oh, that's gorgeous, though. That's a gorgeous carpet.
That's the dad to the babies. So that's what a lot of you guys that did get the babies from that clutch, which the last one just went. And there's mom.
Oh wow!
Fire.
You say they go through a color change as they grow, no?
Yeah. Like right now, what your baby looks like, Kike, is nowhere close to this.
Oh wow!
It's very brown and with some blacks and some like silvery colors. But yeah, they don't start getting their true yellows and blacks until I'm gonna say like 6 months to a year. And
Are yours docile? Because they look docile.
they are, but Xena / Xander, they're the male of the clutch. You gotta take your time with getting him out. He's not one to just come out and be your friend right away.
Okay.
The mom, I can reach in, pull her out, no problem. The last one I showed, which is Hercules, he is probably by far more of the like the lineage wise on him is very impressive. His lineage goes all the way back to CoverGirl, which was one of the most beautiful carpet pythons ever to hit the cover of Reptiles magazine. Probably says like in the early to mid 90s. I remember seeing his, I guess it'd be his great grandmother or whatever she would have been on the cover. So he's got lineage back to CoverGirl.
That's awesome.
Right.
He's kind of got like paler yellows than what Xena had there. So that's kind of what determined that I was going to use Xena instead of him, just because I wanted to get those saturated yellows.
What's up, Justin and Pressure Pythons? Thank you for joining us. What's up, everyone? Just getting home from the Orlando show. How was that show? Heard that show was popping. Did you go to that?
Oh.
So Orlando's way too far for me. KT says my jungle carpet doesn't want to come out most of the time, but once he's out, he's chill. That's the big thing, is getting them out. And sometimes the best way to do it is, kind of coax them out and let them make the decision to come out. If they decide they want to come out, then okay. And other times, if they huff and puff at you and just kind of put up a half a fight, it's like, you know what? You just stay in there and you just look pretty all you want. But either way, I'm happy.
Well, what I'm happy about is there's I always thought thought of you as a ball python breeder, right? Because that's all I ever see you post. Like when I see your page is ball python, and then I started seeing the carpets, and I was like, whoa, when the hell did you start doing that? But it's just crazy, how we start with ball pythons, and then we get another, we venture into something else, and then we hold that animal, and then we fall in love with the animal.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
I mean, I still love my ball pythons, and Exantic is, to me, like that's as good as it gets in the ball python world is Exantic. But the carpets, you don't need all the morphs to drop your jaw and to basically stun the world, in my opinion. The carpet does it all by itself, just with their unique patterns and the colors. I mean, I'm trying to find a pair of what's called ivory jungles. And you take those brilliant yellows and you make them pure white. It's basically like an Exantic, but it's not a gene. It was a line bred thing.
Oh.
So Nick Mutton, what he did, because I believe he was the creator of the ivories. Basically, what he did was he kept taking the palest of the yellows, breeding it to the palest of the yellows, until eventually that yellow became white. And I think that's the one thing that intrigues me most about the carpets is because they're more of a line breeding thing than genetics. Like there are genetics with carpets, like the jungles have the zebra gene, and uh, but a lot of the other stuff, genetic wise, is on the other subspecies of carpets, like your coastals, that stuff. Um, but for the jungles, the base thing is the zebra gene. But like you don't need the genetics to drop jaws with them. That's the big thing. Like you can spot a carpet python the whole way across the show because you see this bright glowing yellow snake.
Yeah,
It
it calls for attention. It calls for attention.
It does. It does. And a couple, I guess it was last year, right before Christmas, I was at a show. Um, and Mike Curtin, which I had on my channel, he's a big time carpet python breeder. He lives in New Jersey. And he was literally like the next row in front of me. And I spent all day staring at this tower of these glowing yellow jungle carpets. And I'm just like, this is like life's cruel freaking joke right here. Like, this isn't even fair. But I mean, you can spot them a mile away, and a lot of people are afraid to work with them. And everybody thinks that they're these nippy beasts that aren't friendly. I mean, they are friendly. I mean, I'll get
See,
mine.
that was me too at one point. Like I didn't want a carpet because, well, when I was younger, I was 12. I walked to a pet shop, and the first thing the guy pulls out, and he's like, "This is a carpet," and puts it in my hand after I hold a hedgehog, and turns around and bites me, dude.
Like, I mean, this is not something to be feared of. I mean,
They're just quick.
yeah, like their movements are different. Um, they're very assertive with their movements. Now, Xena, the one up top, I wouldn't have been able to reach in like I did with Lagatha here. I definitely would have gotten tagged if I would have tried doing that with Xena. But Lagatha, like, she's just very chill, very mellow. I've had her for the most part, most of her life. Um, and when I got Xena, which turned out to be male, but everybody still calls her Xena anyway. Um, he was a year old, and the breeder didn't really work with him much throughout that whole year. So, you got to start socializing them at a very young age to have the ability just to reach in there and get them.
Yeah, I mean it's like with the blood pythons, everybody like they're aggressive and stuff. But I got mine. I've been working with him, and it's a puppy dog.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I have a picture somewhere of my son sitting on my waterbed with my big blood python. I mean, she was a puppy dog. She was puppy dog tame, and bloods have that bad rap too.
Yeah,
And I mean, I had a red blood and I had a Sumatran short tail, chrome head, and they were all puppy dogs. And I even had a green tree python. She was a puppy dog until it became nighttime. Then nighttime, you just had to stay away from the enclosure.
Yeah.
It was once it became night, the switch got flipped, and if you moved, and you were within 5 foot of that enclosure, she was smacking the glass trying to get you.
Damn.
It's like night and day.
So why get rid of the creature?
That was basically that was God. That was a long time ago, but that was
Oh, I
back.
was like,
Yeah, that was back when the rats came falling out of the freezer, and Mom said, "Hey, this shit's got to stop." So I
I
had
don't get
to
it
get
though.
rid of my bloods. I got rid of everything.
I would figure as a parent you would like encourage your kids to like, oh yeah, do like go get another snake. But not every parent's like that. But
I mean,
I
I was
think
very
I think
fortunate.
we as parents are like that, but our parents weren't like. Because I know I wasn't allowed to have snakes, so
yeah, dude, my mom at first she was like she took me and my two younger brothers and was like, go in here and get an animal, right? Like straight up. I was like, what? And my brothers ran to snakes and they both got ball pythons each, right? Two ball pythons. So the only thing in the store left that caught my eye was a rat snake. It was a imperial rat snake. It was gray. It was gray and black. It was super nice. Um, so I I got that, and I was like, I want this. Then if they're gonna get that, so we all got tanks, everything set up. Our mom, that was the only thing our mom let us have. And then I started sneaking in reptile at the reptile. And my mom's like, "Where the hell are you getting all these things?" She's
See,
like,
my grandmother, God rest her soul, she if she knew, she had a fit over me being a teenager and even a young kid having snakes. If she were alive today and saw this room, she would probably get some psychiatrist after me or something that there's something totally wrong with me. This would not have flown with her at all.
but I'm like, why though? Like, be like, look, this is making me money.
Yep.
You know what I
And
mean?
I think she would have been proud of the business aspect of it. I know, a lot of my family, they're very shocked, one, with the business aspect of it, but I think they're also more shocked when I start talking the genetics part. And I start doing it and not realizing it. And my stepmom's a nurse. And the one night I was going off with genetics, she asked me something, and I just kind of went. And I asked her, I said, "What's up with the dumb look?" She goes, "Well, I'm just shocked." She goes, "I'm a nurse. I have no idea what the hell you just told me." I was talking recessives, incomplete, all that stuff, and at some point I lost her with it, and she's just like, "I'm shocked. I give you props." She's like, "I never thought I'd hear this kind of talk come out of your mouth."
Right? It's crazy how we want to learn about something, we'll learn.
Yes,
But when
exactly. And that
it's
was
when we don't want to learn about that stuff, we won't. It's like, I don't care.
the big thing with me in school too. I hated school. It was not my cup of tea. It wasn't the thing that I really was passionate about. Like
I hated
I would
school.
make my mom gave me a whole bunch of crap on my senior year. I was calling in sick a lot of times. I was 18, so I thought, the hell with it. I can, legally do it. And she got mad at me. I looked at her. I was like, it's like I took all BS classes my senior year because I didn't need anything. I was already graduated essentially.
Mm.
I was like, so all I took was weightlifting and agriculture classes because the ag classes I could sleep and get rested up for the weightlifting classes.
But
And
hey, hell yeah, you did it
my
right.
ag my ag teacher, they had his name was Doc Henry. He goes, "Jeremy, why are you here? All you do is sleep." I was like, it's like, "Doc, just give me the test, let me ace it, and let me alone, dude." And every time I had straight A's in that ag class, and all I did was sleep.
That's
But
badass.
it was just the animal oriented stuff. The one year, the one senior prank, it was a couple classes ahead of me. They left mice go all throughout the school, like feeder mice all over the freaking school. And I asked Doc because they ended up catching all, but I think they got them all. But I said to Doc, I was like, "Hey, what are you guys gonna do with all these mice?" He goes, "Well, I don't know. Why? Do you need some?" I was like, "Well, dude, I've got pythons at home. He's like, I can feed those suckers off." He goes, come in after class. He goes, and whenever you need them, just take some. So that's what I
That's
did.
awesome.
I fed my snakes because of the seniors ahead of me.
That's awesome, though.
I need some seniors pull that trick this year.
Right.
Computers are expensive, man.
Dude, like I can't I mean, even then that would have had to have been somewhat expensive though. I mean, I know now the prices of like I don't even know what a mouse costs at the pet shop, like an adult. But God, it's probably got to be at least $2 to $3 for a mouse. So I think
What's
a
up?
small rat at my local pet shop, because I get my lives from my local pet shop still. Um, I think a live small rat's all but $5, which I have a fit over that because I think to myself, it's like God, like I buy my frozen thawed stuff, like my mediums are like 2 something a pop. It's like
Everything's
here I am
expensive.
spending like double for a freaking small live rat, and the only reason I deal with it is basically because the girl that requires the live rats is a chocolate triple het female, so she gets a pass on it just because of what she is. Otherwise, I probably would have said, "No, we're done with this crap. You're going."
Get it? I get it. I only feed live. A lot of people say, "Why do you feed live?" I don't know. I like live better than frozen now. So
Well,
because I hate unthawing it.
I was gonna say it's got to save you time, and you probably have a higher food consumption rate as well. Probably don't have as much of the going off feed and all that crap either. And if they
Oh
don't
no.
eat it, you put it back in the bin. Like me, I start my feedings Thursday night, and like the hatchlings get fed every week, adults and sub adults. After anything over about that 200 to 300 gram mark, once they hit 200 to 300 grams, they get fed every other week. Anything 200 and below gets fed every week. But like I feed multiple nights, like probably about 3 nights until I get through everybody, just because I thaw out X amount and go through those, and then the next night I'll thaw out more and go through the next set, and just that way I don't waste anything. And it becomes a pain in the ass, to say the least.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So I only feel live, just easier. Plus, I breed my own, so
Well, see, you'll be good then because your carpet, dude, it'll eat anything, live, frozen, thawed. It doesn't discriminate.
that's a good thing.
Well, I breed ASS. So
Oh, dude, you'll be fine with that even too. Like
okay.
I don't think you're gonna have an issue with him getting onto food at all, because like right now the way the one yours is getting, it took its second or third meal now. But it likes to eat, and like it likes just to lay the rat in. They're on mouse fuzzies right now, but you lay the mouse in there, and you just shut the tub, and you wait like an hour, come back, it's gone. So
No, damn. Okay.
like like some of them have a very good strike response. Kia, yours has a fantastic strike response. But then I like the two that I've held back. The one, she comes up and she like nuzzles it, and then she'll like open her mouth, clamp down on it, and she won't even wrap it. She'll like pull it towards her, and then she's like, no, never mind, you're not alive, and she just chows it down. Like they're the most gentle snakes I've experienced, and it's like you guys have such a bad rap for being these evil snakes, and here you are like cuddling your food. Like it makes no sense. But whatever.
But I mean, I think everything has a bad rap because I guess if you haven't worked with that species, I mean,
Yeah.
what do you expect? Like you haven't worked with it. But I always
Well,
buy everything from babies, so I rather just grow with it.
yep, that's how I like to. I like watching how they change, because even ball pythons, they don't, baby ball python. That's the best it's ever going to look in theory. Um, but I still like seeing that change in that progression to see, when I hatch other stuff out. If someone asks me, well, what's this going to look like as an adult? I can then give them a semi-half educated guess as to, hey, it's going to probably go this way or that way. So I've had people ask me, is this going to, like, was it a bumblebee? They asked me if it was going to turn brown. I was like, well, it shouldn't, because none of the other ones I've produced have turned brown yet. But I was like, that's not saying that this one won't brown out possibly.
So, North Star has already said, "What's up, Jeremy?"
North Star, what's up?
What's up,
Mike.
North Star? Mike. So yeah, I have a bumblebee, but she browned out on the top. So.
Okay. See, my what I guess what I'm considering browning out is like brown. Some of them do get a little bit of a peppering, like a gray brown, I guess is the way to put it.
But I guess that's what she is then. That peppery gray brown.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of it too is like the genetics that you throw into them too. If you got a really nice line of pastel, it's going to help eliminate that as well.
I bought it from Daniel over at Diabolical, so I don't know.
They had never heard of them. Not gonna lie, but then I haven't heard of a lot of people though either. If you're not in my immediate group or like on my YouTube channel or in the chats and stuff, chances are I might not have heard of you.
I mean, that's kind of not so bad thing, when you have a group of people where they all got different genetics and morphs working together, so it's like you don't have to go far to find what you're looking for. You network within each other, and
exactly.
That's awesome right there.
That's basically how it happens too. Like I go to like either my buddy Danny, Nathan, Chris. I get a hold of them and say, hey, this is what I want. What do you guys got? And they're like, oh, well, we've got this. It's like, all right. This is what's going on. Like Danny, I was helping him vend a show, and he knew I had my eyes on a Batman, and he had one Batman that was either possible red stripe or yellow belly. That was a male. And I'd been staring at this thing. It had followed him to 2 different shows, and I remember seeing it at the Gettysburg show before, and it was there at York again. And he's like, Jeremy, just freaking buy. He goes, just swipe the damn card and buy it. And I was like, dude, I can't, like, that was, a Batman is then, that was before the whole market did what it did. Batman was still kind of pricey. And I told him, I was like, if it's here by the end of the show, okay. I was like, but we'll let fate decide this purchase. Like, I'm not just going to do this in the beginning of the show. Lo and behold, the damn thing came home with me.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
And the bad part is that he doesn't want to breed at the moment. He's got sperm plugs, he's of size, and he doesn't want to lock. So I've got back pairing going on with the female that he's supposed to be going to. Because he was supposed to be going to my big Exantic girl.
Damn.
Have you put him with another female?
What's that?
Have you tried putting him with another female?
I did not, because there's no other females that I want him to go to that are actually building. Because, like, I'm technically, I thought my season was going to stop at 7 clutches. And right now, I've got one girl, which might produce, if she does go, it'll be a visual Exantic clutch. But I might get clutch 8. I thought I was done at 7. This girl's, when I ultrasounded her yesterday. Yeah, I ultrasounded yesterday. She was at 25 mils. So if I can get her, if she gets to 30, I'm going to consider that a sealed deal, because I've noticed that if a female gets up to 30 mils, I'm going to say 95% of the time they won't reabsorb.
Okay.
That's just, other breeders have told me the same thing as well. So if I can get her up to that 30 mil mark, basically the coast is clear. Then we just got to hope that all the sperm was viable and everything goes the way it should. But the big pastel Exantic girl that he was meant to go to, that's a 2024 pairing. Like, I'm already working on 2024 pairings already, which is nuts to think about.
Damn. So you're already a step ahead. So my
Yeah,
next
like
question for you, like I have, well, I'm gonna let you finish your answer. Go ahead.
oh, I derailed myself anyway. Don't worry about it.
I was
It's
just
been
gonna
a long
ask, like,
day.
have you faced anything like for the time being in the hobby? Like, have you ever faced any like negativity, drama, anything like that that you felt like took you back, or you had to step away, or anything like that
I
along
wouldn't
those lines?
I wouldn't say. See, this is a recent thing. It's funny that you actually brought that up. I haven't experienced any of this. I've always stayed away from the drama. Okay, a bunch of the guys say I'm basically my channel and shows like Switzerland. Completely neutral. I don't get involved in all the BS. And I don't know if you saw on Instagram, but there has been an alleged. I'll phrase it like this just so I don't start any drama up in the chat on this one. But there's been an alleged scaleless female on eggs, and the eggs hatched. So if once I saw that, and knowing I my good friend Phil from Finger Snakes knows the guy personally that has all this going, that had this all going on, and the guy I've been talking about for a while with Phil. So there's a whole big issue with that, just because it seems like everybody wrote the scaleless females off as not being viable, being infertile, or however you want to look at it. And now there's this alleged female that's laid eggs, the eggs hatched, and they came out scaleless head because it was paired to I forget what it's paired to. I have pictures of it. But anyway, I have the two of them, coming on my show here in a couple weeks. But the one gentleman asked if he couldn't tag me in a post, so we did. I told him, yeah, hey, I don't, I have you guys coming on the show. What do I care if you tag me in it, whatever. And I have never seen a community that claim that everybody. I know it's only a few people, but like the bad apples come out when it's not one of the big dogs that does something unthinkable, and then it all of a sudden becomes a lie or a fake. And I'll be honest, I don't know if it's a lie or a fake, but I just wanted to have the people come on and let them tell their story, let them, you know, put the information out there. And I was actually surprised I was the first one to actually get them to come on. But apparently they've gotten that much drama and hate messages and everything that the one guy's thinking about bouncing out of the hobby because he doesn't want to be affiliated with anything that's as toxic as what it became or become. Um, but I had a few people was questioning me, like, "Are you sure you want to, question, risk the integrity of your channel? And this is all BS." And just come to the live, listen, come with open ears, and listen to the story and hear what the proof that these guys have that this is a legitimate thing. If you don't believe it after that, okay, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's like you don't need to start the drama. You don't need to start the Salem witch trials all over again. And like I keep telling, like the one thing I thought of, and I talked to some of my other buddies. I was like, you know, if this was if this was a fake thing, why would somebody go through the hassle of posting this stuff, knowing that they're not going to gain anything from it? Like that, all the haters are going to pile up with their pitchforks and their torches, and I mean, like they had nothing really to gain from it. All they really had to do was everything to lose, because even if this is true, you know, everybody's made up their mind before they've heard the evidence. So I got drug into that drama to an extent, but that's really been the only big uh, problem that I've experienced, and that was just a recent thing.
So you're kind of like what me and Levi do. Then you bring people to come on your show and tell their story and talk about what they work with and stuff like that.
Yeah, essentially. And I mean, every once in a while, I do like round tables where I'll get 4 or 5 of us PA guys, and we'll talk about different things, different topics, kind of go around, see what the chat wants to talk about, that type of stuff. But for the most part, yeah, it's just getting other breeders to be known. Uh, I had Jessica there from Hair Hollow Farm and the Holdback Rack podcast on last week. We were talking about like biosecurity, that type of stuff. Uh, her corn snakes. I try to get other species of breeders as well, just because I think everybody gets tired of hearing the same old with like the ball pythons, and because I mean, essentially we're all working on the same stuff, so to speak. I mean, we've all got a little bit different story. We've all got slightly different projects. But after you hear like the same ball python talk for the 100th time, it's kind of like, okay, like you enjoy it, you take in, because every podcast you still learn something, no matter what. I feel like you always learn something. But it's nice to throw in another species in there or something just to kind of mix the pot up a little bit, because I think then it keeps everybody wanting to come back and thinking, all right, well, what's this? What are they going to talk about this month, or not this month, but this week?
And that's what I like too when we do our podcast. When I tell Levi, I was like, the best thing about the podcast is that when we bring people on, we try to make them feel as comfortable as possible, so they're able to talk and enjoy the show. Like, oh, that was an awesome show. I loved it. Like, I want to come back. And we always get that. Like, no matter what, I made Bosa. Well, Bosa's been a brother forever, so that don't count.
Well, that's one of the things. Like, it's nice for me, with always running my own podcast. I love going on to other podcasts. One, I get to talk for a change instead of just sitting there listening. But two, I don't have to run anything. I can sit back, relax, and enjoy myself. I don't have to worry about flashing comments. All like, I'm just completely along for the ride, and I love it.
Right? So that's why I told Levi, like, we got invited to go on, I don't know if you know Ken's show.
Oh yeah,
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 on
I love
Tuesday. Yeah, we'll be there this Tuesday. I think at 9 o'clock it is.
that. Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds right because
9 Eastern.
he comes on after
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah.
So it'll be 8:30 for me, or 8 for me. So 8 for me, 9 for them, and Levi would be, I think 7, because he's Pacific or Mountain Time or wherever the hell he is.
Okay,
So
he's farther out then.
yeah, his time zone sucks. I hate his time zone. I never understand that time zone.
I always hate
So
it when you book somebody and they go, I put like my show starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. I let it up to them to determine what time that is their time. Religiously, every time they go, well, what time is that my time? It's just like, oh, now I gotta look this up.
I know, I hate that. So I'm like, that's why I asked you. I was like, what are you again? Eastern or Central?
And, like, it was just, like, yeah. I always try to let it up to the guest, and it never seems like it stays on the guest. It always boils down to me anyway.
So I have another. Well, since we're on this subject right now, I just want to know, what was your take on the Samsung's, all that Samsung stuff going on?
Oh, the Samson Pruitt stuff?
Yeah.
Man, I have no idea how in the hell someone could do that to their animals. I also don't know how in the hell people could be working there, taking photos of this stuff, and letting it go, because some of those snakes weren't even snakes at that point.
Yeah, I
And
know. One was like a pile of dirt. I was like, what are you taking a picture of? There was a snake
yeah,
there.
it just like there's no room for that kind of crap in the hobby and industry. It makes us all look bad, and I just don't understand how it went so long unseen, unreported, anything like that. And I don't even, is he even still in the hobby and industry, or has he been basically completely canceled out at this point? Because I haven't heard anything.
Oh, they want to know what your favorite type of giraffe is, and honestly, I don't know. I haven't. I know. He took his channel down.
Okay. See, I didn't even know he had a channel.
Well, his Instagram, like you can't. I don't know if people
Oh,
can go find him. I haven't seen it. I see that it's gone. I know his wife's still up. She's still up there.
oh,
She's
okay.
still doing her thing.
My favorite type of giraffe, I would have to go with the stuffed one. Thank God, take care of it.
so so Chuck here, he wants an actual giraffe.
Wait. Oh, he wants an actual giraffe?
Yes. Yes, he wants an
Where in
actual
the,
giraffe.
where the hell are you gonna put a freaking giraffe at?
Dude, same question we asked him. Same
Like,
question we asked. So this guy had a game plan, bro. Came with the game plan. Talked to his wife, gave her an estimate, everything, bro. Already set to go. How he was gonna do it, how could he afford it, dude. Like he had it down to D.
I wanted, like, where do you even go to get a giraffe? like, like,
Bro, it was either between that or a helicopter.
the helicopter's probably cheaper.
Right. See, look.
Man, it takes me like 5 or 6 days to come out with a plan to get a new snake, and he's talking about giraffe.
Right?
Yeah, how does one even approach their wife and goes, "Dear, I think I want a giraffe." Like,
Right? I would expect a reaction back like, "Are you out of your damn mind? Where the hell are we gonna put
yeah,
that thing?"
if if I ask my wife, well, Lord knows what my wife would say. She'd probably say that's a great idea because Hadley would love it. But then, and at the end of the day, this guy's going to be taking care of it, and they're not going to do anything with it.
Right? So that Chuck was like, "Well, I'll be taking care of it anyway, so it don't really matter."
Oh,
But so
that's
I
funny.
I gave him an ultimatum or whatever it is. Um, we got a giraffe frog,
Ooh, dude, that's badass looking. I've
right?
never seen something like that, but that is badass looking.
So
I would go for one of those.
right?
Yeah,
But
like
guess what? They're like
I don't,
$750 a pop. I think
Oh
I
yeah,
told him.
never mind. I keep looking at it.
yeah, dude, that's like um
Some more Valley.
Right.
my buddy
And
Danny at BTMG, he's got like those exantic crested geckos, and he told me, he goes, "Oh, I'll make you a good deal. I'll sell you one for like $4,000 or $5,000." I was like, "No, that's fine. You just keep it." I was like, "I'll just keep looking at it at the show, and I'll just pretend it's mine. And you're just taking care of it for me." It's like I cannot see spending that much money on a lizard. I mean, that's a decent amount on a frog, though. It's a badass looking frog.
Right? I want that frog too. I also fell in love with the what are they? The white tree frogs, the little dumpy ones.
Yep.
Dude, I don't know. It just like I see something, I hold it and I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. What
See,
have I been missing out on?
I have not. I mean, other than like your bullfrogs and leopard frogs and stuff like that, I've not held a frog in God, I don't even know how long. But if I was gonna get a frog, I told my wife this. Like one day, I'm probably just gonna come home with one. But I want to get a poison dart frog. But I want to get one of those ones where it's like orange with the blue legs and it's got like some of the black speckles on it.
I know what you're
But
talking
that's
about. Yeah,
those are
what
I've
they
seen
nice.
used
that.
to do as kids, like I don't know why. And you always saw them like they always had a tadpole on their back for whatever
Mm-hmm.
reason. But it's like that was the picture you always saw in all the magazines and all the books. And for whatever reason, I just really love that. And then I'd also have to get one of the green with the black splotches on it, just because I mean, let's face it, I've got to have the green.
I got you. Hey, look, when you ask me a question, I'm gonna do this right here. Whoop. Back to Bosa. My reverse Uno card. So when Jeremy asks me a question, I'm gonna be like reverse, back to Bosa. I have that for Levi. They're like reverse. I haven't used that. So what do you say? Hear me out. What's up, Dee Dee? What's up, Mitzi? What's up, everybody? He do.
Let's see, girl. All right, hold on. Chuck here says
Yeah.
hear him out. $50,000 giraffe.
Finance for 72
The fact that
months.
you put financing and a giraffe in the same sentence.
He said finance at 72 months at 5% interest rate with 644 a month with no money down. Is there anything else that makes more sense than that? I mean, I tell you, bro, that's smart. That's the plan he had planned out
He's
for his wife.
he's definitely serious because I mean that was very laid out. Just
I'm telling you, bro.
oh
Oh
god.
man. He said, I'm sorry, 10,000 down.
Oh, I think I'd find something. Take that 50,000 and go get yourself a nice truck.
What do you say? That's with 10,000 down left my finance. And what is so another question is what is your take on US art? Like US art Florida, US art, like
Oh, dude, that's the one of the only things that keeps us basically keeping what we have. I mean, anytime I ship stuff, I always make sure I throw a donation into the pot for them, and without them, we wouldn't be doing what we do. So I feel if you're not a member and if you're not donating when you're, shipping stuff, because we all get, whenever you ship an animal, we all have that option. At least it always pops up for me. Do you want to make a dollar donation or round up to the
mhm.
next dollar, or what size donation you want to make? I throw a donation in because hey, if it keeps it because of them, it allows me to keep doing what I love. So I'm gonna keep chipping in so that way they can keep doing what they do to allow us all to do what we love.
Yeah.
Like it's without like the fact that they can find the stuff that they find, like that last Lacey accident that was hidden in that one House bill or Senate bill or whatever it was. The fact that somebody found that buried in there shows you
Oh
their
yeah.
dedication to us all. I mean, that was the government being its sneaky self, but that we should all, feel somewhat safe that we have people that are in U.S. ARC looking over all that stuff because that can't be a fun thing to do. Go through, read all those bills and all that crap to see who tried to slip something in where.
Yeah.
And then, like, whenever something like they always send, I do appreciate all those alerts that they send out. I mean, like, they're on top of it.
Yeah.
And because of them, it allows us to try to stay on top of what's going on in our industry and hobby and the states and everything. And U.S. Art Florida, God bless them. That's all I'm not even in Florida, and just God bless them for they have got to be
Dude.
the busiest freaking people in the world dealing with all the crap. Like
Bro,
Oh
I
they're
imagine that.
I mean all the battles are battling down there. It's crazy how they got everything. I mean, not off the table completely yet, but I mean almost there.
Oh yeah, in all honesty, like it surprises me that there's still as many people down in Florida that breed reptiles as what there is. And I get why, because I mean it's the best place to be. I mean
Hmm.
it's a beautiful place. But God, all the hoops you guys got to jump through down there, Kika.
yeah. It's incredible, and hats off to US Art Florida because I got to see them work when they came down here to Miami, and to be there all day in those meetings, whether they're addressing a topic that they're fighting for or not, they're there.
Yep.
I was there for like an hour the first day, and I could no longer stand it to be in there. It's boring. They're speaking stuff I don't understand. I just don't know how they do it. So
Yeah.
hats off to them. I know where my money goes for my membership. I know that it's probably not even enough to cover everything they do.
Well,
So
that's it. like I'm a bronze member right now, and
Me too.
when they go through and they do the shirts, every year, like I didn't get a shirt the past 2 years, I think. And someone's like, "Well, why don't you message them?" They're like, message them, they'll get you a shirt. It's like, I'm not worried about the shirt. I mean, the shirt's an added bonus, whatever. It's like, but I'm not like these guys got more important things to be worrying about than some idiot that's got 100 shirts that's just gonna get one more and put it in their drawer and wear it once in a while. Like they've got bigger things to worry about. Plus, they can use that money to help pay for a lawyer, one of the lawyers, whatever.
Yeah.
Like the shirts are just, and honestly, like I'm surprised that they give out free shirts. That should be something where they try to drum up some funding from selling the shirts more than just giving them out for each membership.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So do I.
Because you figure, I mean, I don't know what you guys pay for your shirts. I know for mine, just being screen printed, I think it's something like roughly, depending on the size of my order, roughly $15 a shirt. Okay. So you factor in, like, I forget what a bronze membership is a year. Because I just click it and I don't even look at the price. I just click it and say good until I can afford to upgrade it to the silver. And then I'll just click it and send good for that once I can afford that.
Right.
But, like, they can't, I mean, I know they probably get a bulk discount, but, all those shirts that they're sending out, that's cutting out of what they could be using to fund some other stuff.
Yep.
So everybody,
they cover the shipping price too, so shipping isn't something cheap either.
Oh God, no. Depending, like I figure in some of the places I've had to ship shirts to, it was basically like $10 was your estimated cost to ship a shirt. So, like you factor in the price of the shirt and shipping, you're really not getting, like they're really not getting that much from you to help fight all these battles.
Yeah.
So for our shirts, it's $35, but it's $17 per shirt. But 30.
Okay.
So then the tax gets included, and then whatever gets donated to USR,
Okay.
which comes out to like 35. So
Now, what do your shirts look like though? I mean, you guys have
it has USR right here.
Okay, yeah. So you've got some colors. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
with
See,
screen printing, that would be a royal nightmare. I don't even think you could do that with screen printing.
this
With all
is
the
DTG though. This is digital printing,
okay.
and then we got our logo in the back. So the podcast logo in the back.
Okay.
Well, Bosa has one coming to him. So. But yeah, so whatever like they pay me, it goes straight to USR. So
See, and that's something where I need to change how some of my stuff is too. Is just kind of, whatever profit I would make off of the shirts is just to start to donate it to them.
I mean, I think
it's free advertising essentially anyway. So
Yeah.
like,
and I like doing videos too. So I do like how Bosa does it. I think me and Bosa are probably the only two that do that. We'll make a video for the shirt reel and then just share it out all over the page. Yeah, I like doing that. I don't mind doing that for other people. I love doing that stuff. Bosa's the other half of the positivity. So we like, I don't know, when he does something, I'm like, oh yeah, Bosa. I just try to go like be more positive. Like it just, I don't know, it fires me up.
Now, I do have one question, Kika. I got a question. How are you everywhere at one time? I have this vision. I have this vision that, like, at certainly because it seems like podcasts always come on like, let's just say 7 o'clock-ish, 7 to 8 o'clock, but there's like 6 of them, and if you look, you're in every single one of them. So I think you go through I
I'm
think
watching Holly right now.
See what I mean, bro? See what I mean?
I was gonna say, you've got to go through and like collect the whole family cell
What's up, Eric?
phone, put it in the basket, and you take it to your snake room or wherever, the man cave, and you just start plopping on up and just watch all the shows on everybody's cell phone.
Yeah, and the thing is, like the ones that I don't catch at all, during the day in the morning, I'll go back and rewatch it. So whatever I miss, I watch it again.
Dude, you are by far.
It's just interesting. It's interesting learning. Sometimes even if you watch the same person in different interviews, you learn something new in this interview. So I like it. I enjoy it. Supporting, it's one of the main things I focus on because if we love our industry, we love the people in it, then we got to show love and support to everybody.
There you go.
I know I've appreciated your love and support from day one, dude, because you're everywhere, man. Like, I don't think there's a single person in this
Bro, it's hard.
that doesn't know you. Like, in all honesty, like you are probably one of the, you're probably too humble to admit this, but you are probably the biggest celebrity in the reptile industry.
Nah,
Dude, think about it, man.
I wouldn't
Everybody,
consider myself. That's just,
Bro, it's hard. Trust me. Like I get like him trying to do all of that because I be trying to do it all too at work. I'll be like doing my little edits, then boom with the video, and it just I don't know how he does it so quick. It's so easy for him, and I know the app he uses, but still, I'm just like, how the hell do you do it so fast?
See,
well, when you got a show to catch, you got to hurry up, man.
Dude, I did try like even right before the show. Like I'll be trying to like type in the stuff. Like I was trying to do your that little thing where it says who I'm having on and your links to your Instagram. Oh, which reminds me, can you send those over to me so I can put them in the description after the podcast?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna try to do that, but I was like, man, I'm running out of time. Like I don't know how people do this. I was getting all fed up. What's up, Ray?
What up, Ray? What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in with us all tonight. Hit that like button for these wonderful guys.
Right? Hit that like button for Bosa. Celebrity in the house.
I ain't no celebrity over here.
He is. Don't let him fool you, everybody.
But man, other than that, do you have any questions for us, Jeremy?
What's your guys' favorite morph to work with? And why?
Oh, that's easy. All right. You want me to answer for Bosa too?
Well, I know what.
Let's see how well he knows me.
It's the nanny, man.
The nanny. Okay.
Yeah, so that's all he likes. He likes the nanny. For me, it's like the albino. I like albinos. I like the pieds. Yeah, that's my favorite. Like anything yellow, white. I think all my snakes are pretty much. They have some yellow, some white, orange. Okay. Even my retics.
The grant and stuff. The nanny is just something that caught my attention, and I just like working with it. So that's what I work with.
Okay. See, all right. Kike, you threw me a curveball there. I thought you were just gonna say the normal. But
classic,
I didn't see Nanny caught me. That kind of caught me on the caught me off guard.
Don't get me wrong. I love the classic, but I'm not gonna work.
I was gonna say classic, super classic.
It's a byproduct of whatever you're working with, but I love the classic, just the classic look. It's what brings everybody into the hobby mostly. Yeah. Then you start looking at the morphs and stuff, and you fall in love with it. But I think the classic is where everything starts. So I find it real fascinating.
Here, I got one. I want to show you guys something.
Hey, Jeremy, you're 35, right?
Oh, you're so kind.
You're not?
I'm 36.
Oh, I'm older than you. I'm 38.
Oh, shit. dude, I've got way more gray hair than you. Now
I just work out a lot.
This was a dream snake for me to produce here. One of the zebra bees.
Oh, that's gorgeous, bro.
That is awesome.
That's yeah. I was like, that's fire. That's what I'm.
And this is actually the dirtier of the two. And the female's even cleaner, but she's got a slightly yellow hue, but she actually just ate today. So
Here, look, this is my dream entry right now. I mean, retake. Sorry.
Now, hopefully, fingers crossed, if we get clutch 8, there'll be more of those. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So, Kike, are you like, because you got that blood from Chris? How big is it right now?
It's about. I was trying to measure it last time. It's almost like 3 feet now. It's heavy. I haven't weighed or anything, but it's growing quick. What I love about it is you don't have to feed them that much for them to get bulky.
You don't gotta feed them much, but then they also don't go to the bathroom much, and when they do, it's just like
when they do it's
it's hard. Was that? Yeah, he's moving too much right now.
You see, like I love looking at retics. I love interacting with them, but there's something where it's just like it's too big of a snake for me when they're full grown.
This is the dwarf though, but they still get like 10 feet, which is doable for me.
But 10 foot wouldn't be as bad. It seems like everything that I really, really, really like isn't in a dwarf. Like Nicole there from Lady Tiz, she was set up at Gettysburg, and she had what was it, a super motley something.
Well, he's a platinum hit annuary.
Okay.
I think he's more annuary though. It looks like to me and to Lucas from Lab Exotics. And then the female I got, she's 50% annuary, and she's like gorgeous as well. So the babies from them two would be pretty awesome. That's a good starting clutch for me. That's all I got to say.
Dude, that's the one thing I think. Like each species has its own color palette, and that's what I think is so awesome. Like ball pythons have one color palette, boas have a completely different color palette to them. Like I've seen boas in colors that I never thought were even freaking believable. Like Mike had that Sun Dragon, which he produced, and that thing's like fluorescent orange to this day even. He's got another one, I forget what line of albino it is or whatever, but it's got like sky blue colors in the pattern. Like outrageous freaking colors that I never expected that you'd be able to, get like a constrictor in. The retics, God, some of those, like I don't even know what color some of this shit is because I'm partially colorblind. All I know is what I think I see is like some of the brilliant purples and stuff that they have.
Oh, the iridescence and stuff.
Well, not the iridescence. Just like some of the with some of the albino stuff, it seems like you.
Oh yeah, the purple. Yeah.
Really, like just brilliant, bright lavender purple colors.
Mm-hmm.
But the one Nicole had at the last Gettysburg show, I like at the end of the show, I went over. I was like, "Hey, I got a question for you." It's like, I don't like it when people come up and say, "Can I hold a snake?" But I waited to the end of the show. I was like, "Damn it, I'm going to go over and I'm going to hold one of Nicole's retics because I've told her one of these days I was going to do it anyway." So I went over and I was like, "Can I hold one of the retics?" She goes, "Which one do you want?" And I picked this one out that was apparently an escape artist. She got it out, and I'm there like holding this thing, and it's a super motley something. Which was in the chat. Say what else
was it? Golden Child?
I think it was. Yes, it might have been super. Well, maybe not.
Not Golden Child.
I can't remember what the genetic was, but anyway, this thing was like. I'm there looking at it, and my eyes are playing tricks because the thing looked like it had a blue haze to it. Like it wasn't in shed, but it looked like just staring at it. It looked like it had like a blue glow coming off of it. And I looked at her. I was like, okay. I was like, don't laugh at me because like my color. I can't describe my color blindness because it makes no sense even to me. But I asked her, I was like, does this thing like radiate like a blue color, or my eyes just really messed up today? She goes, no. She's like, with how the genes are, it gives a blue glow to it. I was like, that is freaking awesome. It's like if only it wasn't gonna get like 15 to 20 feet long.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then it has to be. It sounds like the Motley Child, the Golden Child, Motley Child.
It might be like I'm not up to snuff on my retic genetics by any means.
Because when they're babies, CB had one. Like when his baby, it looks like a straight lavender bluish color.
Okay, yeah, like it was just like I don't know. It was glowing blue. This thing was freaking outstanding.
Yeah. Okay. It might be
Only
the Golden Child.
it probably that sounds right. I could be wrong though.
Gotta love the bet losses. What do you say? Sounds like just the iridescence of a motley golden child.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's basically what it was. I mean, it had to deal with the iridescence of it. I mean, man, thing was freaking stunning.
But it
It,
looks like the color of oil, right? When the sun hits it, it's
yeah,
all that color. Yeah.
yep.
Okay. Yeah. That's the golden child. The motley. Yeah. That's that.
Here's
That thing is phenomenal, though.
what's a snake you guys want to add, whether it be to breed or just to keep in the near future. 'Cause we've all got that one we want to add. We've all got that next one on the back burner.
What's yours?
Mine's a tie. I want to get another Sumatran chrome head short tail python. That's very high up on my list. The second thing high up on my list is a Sauron green tree python, and that's probably also tied with a white lip.
Yeah. Okay. That be
Like,
what.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I just love maybe I'm a glutton for punishment. I don't know. Going for these things that are known to have nippy ass attitudes.
Yeah, I hear that too a lot about the white lips.
Yeah.
But that'd be my next snake that I would like. Since I'm already adding something else, that I'm not gonna say
Yeah. Yes.
yet. uh,
You
but
have to for a second. I said, "Well, what are you adding?" And they say, "Oh, wait, no, never mind."
right, wait and see, people. Wait and see. No, I'm joking. But I do want to add the white lip. That's my next. That's my
Dude,
next.
the
I'm gonna get it.
iridescence on them is phenomenal.
Yes.
Chris from BNS had one, and that was the first one I ever held, and I was just holding like my jaw dropped. Like that thing was just out of this world beautiful.
Yeah, but I hear that like when with working with white lips, you have to handle those things like every day and tame them down. And I'm just like, man, I hate getting bit now.
I think that's something though with anything that starts out as a tiny snake. Like I think they just naturally come out where they're ready to kick some rear end. Like it just like even with the carpets, like some of them came out very mellow, but some of them came out with some really bad attitudes that I've tried to work with and calm them down. And for the most part, I mean, they're at least 50 to 75% better than what they were. But some of them still, you go in there at the wrong time of day or they're just
Hmm.
kind of grumpy, like, they're ready to light you up.
Bro. So I have one Mojave ball python. She's the only female I have that is like that. No matter what time of day, I go in there and I check on her. She's ready to fight.
Jeez.
Yeah. Just wants to strike up at me. I'm like, calm down. Oh my goodness. What's yours, Bosa?
Uh, I had a couple of them, and I already got one coming soon. So, which is the carpet, and I wanted to add a Sumatran too.
Ooh, yes. Now, do you want the chrome head, the
The,
black head, or do you want the orange head?
the chrome head. I've been
Okay.
looking at those, and they look awesome. So
Dude, and all the best chrome heads I've seen were Elijah from Juggernaut.
Oh yeah,
dude. Some of the ones he posted, it's just like it was insane.
Yeah, I was looking at the ones he got, and those are awesome.
Yes.
I'm like, she hungry. She probably hungry every day, bro. She ain't hungry every day, man.
Wait, who's hungry?
That Mojave, that ball python
Oh.
one, I said it strikes. I was like, she hungry every day, bro.
Give her a big enough round, maybe that'll slow her down a little bit.
I mean, they're all eating ASS, like large ASS.
Oh,
Either
okay.
that or wean rats. Except for my bigger females, they eat jumbo rats already. They're at jumbos.
Oh, jumbo ASFs. Okay. See, I've got a few that will only want either. I've got them switched over from mice onto ASFs. So I've got the hook up with my buddy Nathan there from Infinite Possible Pythons for that. But everything else I try, like I want them on rats. In all honesty, it's just easier. I get them from Chris there at BNS Reptilia. So I kind of make like a round trip. If I need rats, either they're coming over to me and we're hanging out, or I'm going down to them, hanging out with them. And like, God, I think it's probably 3/4 of my group chats from that area. So we all just kind of get together, go out to eat, and just make the best out of a good situation there.
And again, that's the good thing about having your network, your buddies close to you, and working with them. You help them out, they help you out, and it's a continuous circle, So that's awesome. I love that.
Go
It's
ahead,
also
Bosa. I'm
dangerous. It's also a dangerous situation too, because then you seem to always be either are giving someone money all the time, or you're owing somebody money all the time, or you're trading snakes all the time. Like, it's just a dangerous mixture at the same token.
It is,
but that's awesome though. Like if I had that here in Texas, but they're all like 5 hours away from me. I don't have like gas to go 5 hours back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, 2 hours is rough for me, even. If you're on the road just there and back for 4 hours. So whenever I do it, I clear out the whole day. It's like I'm at least staying the same amount of time as what it took me to drive. If I can't do that, then I'm not going.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you. I don't know. Both has another question. I'm gonna go ahead with my wrap up question, but I don't want to cut it short because I feel like we started getting comfortable and getting going more. But I have to go to work here in a bit. So.
Oh shit! Yeah. No, you're good, dude. You're good.
So, Kike, you got a question?
Not a question. I just want to, let everybody know to subscribe to his channel and go back and look at the videos. I've learned a lot of information from what I'm getting a carpet python. Just going back and look, like I know that I could ask him a question, he'll answer it for me, but the videos are there. Look at them, learn something new, show your support. This is a great guy. Tune in to the lives and the interviews and see the people that come on and get to know them. So just thank you for the videos. Thank you for your podcast. It's always helpful and appreciate it.
Dude, I appreciate that, man.
Bro, that's badass.
Like in all, like hearing that people appreciate the channel, getting the feedback that I get back is what really makes it all worthwhile. Like, honestly, if I didn't think people were enjoying it, or I wasn't hearing that people were enjoying it, I probably would have stopped a while ago. Because I mean, it's not easy to keep booking guests and keeping up with content. I mean, it's work. And then if you have a guest cancel, then you got to try to figure out what are you going to do then? Are you going to do a solo show? Because I refuse to let YouTube win the battle of, putting me in YouTube jail again because I didn't do a show. I learned my lesson last, 2 years ago with Comic-Con. I took off for Comic-Con. And like, dude, like legit, like I missed one live. And for at least 2 months, my subscriber count, like at the amount that I was adding, dropped immensely. I might have gotten like 1 subscriber a week. Like they completely like basically shut down promoting my channel because I missed 1 stupid live. So
Oh
after
wow.
that, like, you know what? It's like if I got Comic-Con on Sunday, I'm doing a freaking live stream on Saturday. Like we're not skipping nothing anymore. I mean, like, all doing the YouTube channel, the lives, all the editing. I mean, it takes time away from the family. So it's nice to know that people enjoy it, and to me that makes it worthwhile. It's like, yeah, I'm missing out on a little bit of time, but I feel as though I'm gaining I'm making new friends. I'm, you know, gaining support and giving support to so many other people, and like it to me it's just all worth it then. Hearing that people are enjoying it is what keeps me going with everything that I do.
And I can agree with you on that because a lot of people reach out to me and they like, well, me a lot, and say that the shows are great, they're awesome, the people you bring on, how we don't stick to just one certain species. We do all kind. Like we just had Father Blue monitors, and then right after that live, Brian Barchek reached out to him and said, "You're doing your cages right. Keep
Oh
going,
wow!
dude." So I'm just like, when people come on the pod too, like good stuff happens for them, and
Yep.
I really love seeing that. And then like I saw it, I sent it to Levi, and then we shared that shit out. Like I feel like that's a amazing accomplishment.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Hell yeah!
And then I like meeting new people too. Like I've seen you, just never spoken to you,
Yep.
and I genuinely see that you're like a badass dude. You're a great guy.
Okay.
Like I would hang out with you all the time. you know?
Dude, like this hobby and community brings you in touch with people that you never would have had contact with before. And it's amazing on how people that you meet on here, some of them are really willing to go and make these long ass drives for something as ridiculous as like a barbecue. Like, I mean, Adam from Proper Royals, I mean, he drove up to what was it, Maine or something like that.
Yeah.
And his family flew, he drove because he wanted to see, he planned his whole vacation to navigate his way back south to stop here and crash here to be here for the barbecue that I had. And we had Jeff and Angie from Missouri. They came out, and then you had a Holly from Texoma, which is in Oklahoma, and
Hmm.
she came out with them. I mean, like some of these people, like they were out. Those were outrageously long drives. And like I told him, I greatly appreciate it. I think you're all crazy. Driving all those hours for a barbecue, but it's like, I greatly appreciate it and I love the support.
It's more than a barbecue. It's a
It
connection
is.
made. Whoever think that I would meet Chris in Texas. Like I'm over here at Homestead. And just to make that connection, make a friendship, and then to be able to meet each other one day, it's something awesome. And then we have the reptile and the snakes in common. It's even better. So I think it's well worth the trip. It is crazy to drive that far, but well worth
I was gonna say I was telling people at work about some of these distances, and they looked at me like I had 6 heads. They're like, "Wait, you got people driving that far for what?" It's like, yes, it's like it's freaking awesome though. But like, I know one of these days I'm gonna make my way down to Florida. I want to go do like see Daytona. So one of these days, I don't know when it'll be because it basically depends on when my wife says that I can do it because she's the one stuck with the kids while I'm gone. So we got to make sure she's good. But because the kids, I don't think would do that drive at all, and I don't know if I'd want to fly. Um, but no, one of these days, dude, I'm gonna make it down to Florida, and we're gonna chill and hang out.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
I want to get to Florida too. I'm trying to make it like everywhere. I just want to meet everybody, hang with everybody, chill.
I want to go to Daytona at least once. I want to go to uh what's the Texas show? I'm drawing a blank on it.
Arlington.
Arlington.
Arlington, yes, thank you. I don't know. I had A, but I couldn't come up with the rest of
I was like,
it.
that's like the only show I can always make because it's literally like 5 hours for me.
Oh,
So
okay.
Arlington, I'm always at Arlington. I'll be there this in September too, so I'll be there.
Okay. See, I want to go to Arlington and I want to go to Tinley. Those are the ones that I am telling myself I need to hit at some point, you know, before it gets too far into this whole journey to where I've got too many animals and I feel like I can't get away. Because I
Yeah.
know there's
Yeah.
sometimes like, I used to go hunting and fishing and stuff all the time, and I use the animals and the YouTube channel and stuff as an excuse to not go do that because it's like, well, I know I'll get sucked into doing that stuff, and then the channel's gonna suffer then because I'm gonna be like, well, I was out hunting and I didn't have time to do this video or that. It's I don't want to take away from anything, so I was just like, you know what, I've got this great business plan figured out. I've got a great channel, a great support system, throughout everybody that watches and tunes in. It's like, I'm not going to screw this up for the world.
Hell yeah. So my before I ask my question, I want you to go ahead and drop your plugs, like where people can find you. Bosa, can you drop his YouTube channel so I can pin it up again?
Yep.
So you can catch me on YouTube. I drop one video a week on there. Lately, it's been a lot of clutch cuttings, clutch updates, stuff like that. But as that stuff kind of fizzles out, then I start getting into like my carpet python series and some other series. I have a series on there about Husbandry Pro. If you're not using that, go ahead and use Husbandry Pro. I do have an affiliate link in my video, so go ahead and click that. But I also do a live stream every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week's guest is Baker from Blue Line Morphs. So hopefully we don't have the same hiccup that we had last time he was supposed to be on. Last time there was a huge, I think there was like an officer that got shot or something that night, and needless to say, he wasn't able to make it, which completely understood.
Damn.
But we've got Baker of Blue Line Morphs on this week. Like, go into my playlist, everybody. It's got all the lives I've ever done. I think I've got playlist for just season 1 and a playlist for season 2. There's lives with Billy, Bob Vu, Brian Cusco. I mean, Brian Gundy. I can't even think of everybody I've had on. But there's a lot of good information on those lives. I mean, they're long. I'm not gonna lie. Like we're an hour and a half in roughly on this one. I'm still good for like another hour and a half, just because mine normally go 3 to 4 hours because you just get you stuck talking and having a good time. But
Yeah, usually we do 2, but like I said, I have to go to work here in a bit. Well, they're already calling me. I was supposed to be there at 8, but but I told them I'm taking care of work, like
okay.
my other job, because I'm assistant manager at another place. So
Okay, gotcha. But yeah,
so they're like,
YouTube,
okay,
Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Don't really do much on Facebook. I mean, Instagram ties posts over to Facebook. Morph Market. Check out my Morph Market. I got some nice animals on there. There's not a lot on there at the moment because everything's basically sold off. A lot of it never makes it even to Morph Market. The carpets never made it to Morph Market. The last one just got snatched up before it got posted. And so,
that's how good he is.
so yeah, check out my Morph Market Husbandry Pro store. I've got a link to that as well. There's stuff that goes to Husbandry Pro store before it even hits Morph Market. I try to do that just to kind of get more traffic towards my Husbandry Pro store. But all those links are in the descriptions of my videos. I'll send you all those links and everything as well too.
Yeah, that'd be good because I'm gonna put those in the description. I'll drop it on the bottom so if they want to go find you, they click on it. They can click on it in the description. It's not up yet, guys. I'm sorry, it's lacking. Um, That's all my fault. But before I ask the final question, shout out the sponsors right now again, one more time. We got Reptile Crew, CNB Reptiles, which is tattooed right here on me. And then Ship Your Reptiles, which you type in Flexin 23, you get $15 off. And then we got KC Reptile Labs. He does substrate. It's a cedar, like apple cedar, like aspen substrate. It smells really good too. It works really good for humidity, to keep humidity up for like the ball pythons if they want to shed. It really works. But if you type in Flex in there, it's 15% off your checkout. And then we got Josh from South Bay Reptiles, and then Blue Ton Republic, the guy responsible for the logo that y'all see right here, the little abbreviation logo. The whole shirt actually he's responsible for. He made everything, dude. So that's our sponsor. If you need anything done, you can hit him up. Just let them know we sent y'all. And our Legion Tactical is our last one. And then we also got Stitch and Clothing. He's a new one. He makes hats, shirts, everything you name it, stickers. And he's also a spider breeder guy, which is crazy. So he does arachnids, which he's going to be coming on the show here on the pod for, you know, we're bringing him on for arachnids, but of course he's going to talk about his business and what he does. So it's going to be interesting. I'm Mike. That what? Yeah, spiders freak me out too, man.
They freak me out.
Yeah, they really creep me the hell out. I don't know how people just be like, "Oh, I love them." I literally want to grab a can of Raid. I don't know. They scare me, bro. They literally just scare me, and that's what I was looking back in the beginning because I saw a spider climb up that wall. It was a big one. I was like, "Oh man, don't come over here."
My wife was petrified of them, and we were driving home from somewhere one day, and she's screaming bloody murder, telling me to pull over, pull over. I whipped the car over, and I was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" She goes, "There's a spider." I'm like, "Freaking really?" She's like, they creep me out. Like, I'm not scared of them, but they creep me the hell out.
Yeah,
But like, it was this tiny little thing with these like spindly long legs. Like you almost couldn't see it. And she was like ready to jump out of the freaking car. It's just like this is,
bro.
It was funny.
That happened to me. That like I got into my truck and I was driving, and then the next thing I know, I see it jump. It's a jumping spider, by the way. Just falls into my lap, and I start swerving it up like this, trying to get it off. Bro, I literally had a heart attack, bro. I was like, "What the hell is this thing doing on me?"
And then you feel buggy afterwards, and
you're like, "Damn."
At least I do anyway. Like, yeah, certain things make you feel really buggy, and it just.
But it's not only that. You got the centipedes.
Oh god!
I don't know how people just pick those things up, and I just can't do it, man. I just can't do it. It's not for me.
Bugs are neat to look at, but they freak me out, man. Like, I don't see how people keep them as pets. Like, there's the centipedes, especially. Like, ugh. Sorry, everybody.
For real. All right, so my last question for you is, if you could change one thing in the hobby/industry, what would it be and why? Like, it could be the negativity, the husbandry, it could be whatever, pretty much anything.
The negativity and just the drama. Like, I'm too old for that crap. Like, I don't know why people thrive on the drama. It seems like once they get a slight taste of it, we're like sharks, and it just turns into this whole big, shit show essentially. But like, everybody just show. Kike says it the best. Just show the love. There's no room for hate in this industry. There's no room for hate in this world. If you don't like something or you don't like how somebody's doing something, maybe go, hey, if there's something like really wrong with like their husbandry, address it to them, but don't go and attack them. Like, there's no need for the drama. in this hobby industry. It's something we're supposed to love and enjoy, and it's not like we all enjoy it in different ways. And man, like just the drama, like no drama, folks. Be Switzerland. Be just neutral and enjoy everybody, and just have a good time with all of this.
Me and Bosa right here, Switzerland. I say Switzerland until like they give me a reason not to be.
Exactly. Like there's some people that it seems like they just like stirring the pot. And there's a lot of, and then you get a lot of people that they're drawn to it because they want to see what the new big, the new big drama fest is about. And then it just turns into a whole bunch of sharks, basically. It's like, just show love, everybody. Just show love and support.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And if they want to know why they're doing that way, just go and ask them why. Hey, why do you do that? Like, why do you do it that way?
Like, do it like you don't have like private message them. Like, you don't have to like put it on blast for the whole world for to cause a huge scene. Like, it's not needed. Like, if so, like, just for instance, like the whole me doing breeding the whole spider gene. Someone were to message me and say, "Hey, I don't agree with you doing that. Why are you doing that?" I could tell them flat out that, like, all my stuff is fairly freaking solid. Like, it does not, like, I've got so many spiders in here that show no
neurological, yeah,
and like the male that I showed you, he acts a little squirrely sometimes. But it's not like a constant thing either. Like, while I had him out, he was acting basically normal. So it's just like, there's so many different ways to go about approaching people with stuff that you may not agree with. And doing the Salem witch trials is not the way to do
it. Exactly, brother. I agree. Amen. Yeah. Hell yeah. I like that. Got anything else to add, Bosa?
He nailed it right there. It's well said. So definitely agree with it.
Like how Bosa just chillax. Yes, because he's like right in the coffin. But all right, brother. I appreciate you for coming on. I really do.
Hey, thank you, dude, for having me on, man. I really appreciate it. Like, I really do. I enjoy being a guest because, like I said, I mean, I get to actually, like, everybody probably gets tired of me talking, but I like to talk. Like, when I'm on my own cast, it's hard to not talk.
Oh, and you're right. I'm sorry. I got a lot of noise back here, so I mute my mic so I can hear you.
You're good.
Yeah, I don't know if you hear them, but yeah, it's like all my family making noise back there, banging and stuff. But
I've got I've got the 3-year-old princess. I'm surprised like she isn't running over top because like the snake room's technically under the kitchen. So a lot of times when I'm doing videos or lives, if anybody hears what sounds like a thunderstorm, it's Hadley running across through the kitchen.
That's awesome. But yeah, I do agree with you. It's like when you're running your own podcast, you're always talking. Like you have to ask questions. You gotta ask that. Gotta ask that. But I always ask too, like, what is one question like we didn't ask you that we should have asked you? You know?
Ooh, one question that you didn't ask that you should have asked. That is a good question, my friend. That is a good question. I would have to say, because I need to get better at even asking this as well. What are you doing to prepare and plan for the future of your business?
That's a good question.
Because that's one thing I need to start working better at asking. Because I think everybody's going to have different things that they want to improve and change and how to better themselves in that aspect and field.
Well, what I want to do is get more space and better racks.
What racks are you using right now?
I'm using PVC racks right now, brother.
Okay, dude,
Like
there's nothing wrong with that shit.
from sinful serpents.
Okay.
Before he stopped building, he was part of sea serpents. Before they
Okay.
broke off, yeah.
Dude, like I learned this from Billy. Racks don't make you money. Snakes make you money. It doesn't matter like if you have ARS, Freedom Breeder, PVC, like the PVC is cheaper. You can house a lot more hatchlings in a PVC rack as opposed to like one of the 1065 racks, like what's behind me. Um, it, there's nothing wrong with PVC, dude. Like, there's nothing wrong with it at all. So don't ever let somebody tell you, like, make you feel like you're like a notch below anything because you're in a PVC rack, because you're not. If anything, you're probably thinking on a more level head because it's cheaper and the racks don't make you the money. The snakes are what's making you the money. So you're having more money to invest in your projects better.
Well, I'm actually gonna sell half of them because, like I said, I want to get into other things. So,
What are these other things?
I want to get into viper boas, the white lid, you know, other species. Also,
Okay.
I want to get a tree frog, which is I don't know why, but like I said, I fell in love with those things. Um, yeah, other species. That's why
Okay.
I'm reptiles, not like balls or flexing finessing balls or
Dude,
That's why I went with the reptiles really.
see, that was smart. And Kike, your name change was smart too. Like I told you backstage, it caught me off guard, but it was a smart move.
Gotta give credit to Emilio. Emilio from Viarino Reptiles. You know, he threw it out there and it caught my attention. So
He's a smart dude, and I mean, I don't know him other
No,
than him being
he's a
on like
badass
Harry
guy.
Fridays and stuff. But he's got his system down pat. He's a good dude.
So he has like that subscribe channel to V in it. Man, they talk about like ball pythons all day. Well, not just ball. They also talk about horn snakes, rat snakes, yeah, boas,
Okay.
a lot of snakes, pretty much in there. But it's just sometimes it's hard for me to jump in and talk about something because it's like by the time I jump in, I'm at work and I don't know what they're talking about, so I don't want to say anything. Because he asked me, he's like, "Why don't you ever say anything?" So, well, because I'm at work, and if I say something, it's gonna look dumb. Like, oh, that was like 10 minutes ago, you know?
I remember while I'm at work, I'm too busy playing catch up to even be
Right?
able to respond because you guys are onto a whole different topic.
For real. So I'm just like, so he's
That
like, dude, these guys respect you. Just ask your questions. So
that's
he told me
how
that today.
my one PA chat is. Like it just goes all day long, and
Yep.
like I can't even keep up with it. Like the one time I don't think my phone stopped beeping at me. And I looked and there was like 50 messages. And I just clicked on the chat. I didn't even bother reading. I just scrolled to the end. It's like I don't have time to read this.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. That's how I feel like when I go in there and I click on it, I just scroll all the way to the bottom, like, oh my god, it's a lot. So I'm just like too much for me to read right now, especially at work, and I get my boss, my other area manager on my neck, so I don't want to like piss her off. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm just like, I'll read it later.
later. And by that time,
I forgot.
once a whole nother day.
Yeah.
And you're just like, the hell with it.
Yeah, I'm just like, they're like, why are you so quiet? The only one that like I do talk to like daily is either Bosa because he's always helping me with my pictures, or Morph Valley Reptiles right
Okay.
here. Um, but yeah, or the Mi Familia Reptiles, the other chat that we got too. So other than that, that's who I'll like basically talk to. Just surround myself with positive people. And in those chats, like everybody's always picking somebody up. Like if somebody's having a bad day, pick each other up. Hey, pick up your head, keep moving.
See, our chats are very supportive like that. But at the same token, we give each other that much of a hard time that if other people were to probably look at our chat, they'd be like, "Wow, this group is like a bunch of assholes." like we're very supportive, but if we get a chance to bust your chops, I mean, we all take that shot.
I'm like, man, I've been in those chats. We have some of those chats too, so I know what you're talking about. And Levi would fit right in there. I'm not gonna lie, Levi would fit right in there because yeah, he likes that. So I don't know.
If we don't pick on you, then there's something wrong with it. Like if you're in that chat and we don't pick on you, yeah, then that's a sign of something. But everybody gets picked on equally.
I really say anything. Sometimes I'll say good morning and hi, and I read the comments, and they'd be picking on Levi the whole time. I'd be like, damn, Levi, what'd you do? But all right, guys, this was good. We're actually at almost 2 hours.
So yeah, we hit your 2 hour mark, man.
I was even trying to. Bosa's like, I want to go watch that other pod. Look at him.
He's got 3 more up on his phone. He's good to go.
Shit, he's good. He's good. He's set. But I definitely want to bring you back for part 2 for sure with Levi.
Yeah. Dude,
sure.
I appreciate you having me on just for round 1, man. Like I said, I mean, I don't get to come on many lives. Like nobody really asks me. So thank you for even just thinking of me to come on.
Bro, I had to. I like to get to know everybody, so I'm always gonna ask people. People say no, you know. I asked one person, and with that whole remember that MJ and Shane, that mess that happened a while back, a while back. Well, because of that, that guy turned us down. He's like, nah. He's like, I'm not gonna do your show after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that really hurt, man. So I was like, man. I was just like, that really like got me in my feels, and I was like, whatever, you know, that's cool.
Dude.
And then ever since then, I just kept going. We kept going and going. Now we're here where we're at now. I sit back and I.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was just gonna say, I sit back and I'm just looking around like, damn, dude, I did all this anyway.
Let's see, like, I threw out feelers to like. I mean, I've asked Justin. I've asked Ozzy. I think really those are really. I've asked a few other people that have turned me down. Like I didn't even get a response back from Justin, which probably wasn't even like I sent it through his Instagram, which was probably a lost cause at that spot. But
yeah, they told me
people through IG because I figured, well, everybody's posting through it, so why not message them on it? And I guess I don't really think that some of these guys have people that work their IG for them.
Yeah.
And I like Ozzy said he couldn't, and I understood Ozzy's reason behind it. So it was just hey, whatever. Yeah, it's just you're gonna get people say no, you're gonna get people that say yes. The people that say no, just keep on doing your thing because you got something good going on here, dude.
Appreciate that, brother. That really means a lot. And like I said, I didn't even like I didn't even know you had a YouTube until I saw you pop up one day. I was like, oh shit, this guy has a whole YouTube. So I've been watching you. I've been watching them.
Hopefully, don't watch the first year. That first year is horrific. Especially like the first 10 videos. Like they just don't exist.
Bro, but I like what you do too. That's why I get that same vibe from you. Like that's what we try to do with all the different species, and you know, so I like that. That's what I've been preaching. And we also do once a month. We have a woman's life.
Oh, okay.
And we bring on a woman, so because a women are part of the industry, and we want them to speak as well. So I'm all for the women speaking on the pod, so we give them a chance to voice out here and talk. So
100%.
Yeah, we started that a while back. So we did one. It was like 9 people on, and I was like, Daryl, that was too many people on the panel. Like people were cutting each other off, and I was like, we're just gonna have to do it like 1 or 2 maybe at a time. So that's what we started doing. We started it with 2, and then we dropped to 1. So now we're just at 1. One female.
Yeah, that's like whenever I've done like a round table, like I have my group of people I do the round table with. Normally it's just my PA friend. But that's just because we're all on the same page, and like we're all very, we kind of just bounce back and forth. We don't really, we try not to interrupt one another. Every once in a while, Danny won't let anybody talk, and he just cuts you off and tells you the cold hard truth. But
Yeah.
like I like, for instance, like I don't know how T and Keisha do it there on Keith's Constrictors with Hair Down Friday, because sometimes they've got that panel full and there's that much going on, and it's just like, how do you guys even remotely able to now like run that? Because there's so much, everybody's showing something. Like, I give them mad props for being able to do that, because there's no way in hell I'm brave enough to attempt to run that many people at one time. No way.
It's hard. I always say it's hard and difficult. Yeah, it's hard because everybody wants to talk at the same time. So
yeah, either you get two different conversations going from like these two people are talking about this, but these three people are over here talking about like it. I don't know how they do it, but by God, they pull it off, and I give them mad props for being able to do it.
Yeah,
I do too, because they're awesome people. I like Keys, I like Keisha, I like Ray, I like all them, the usual suspects. So, they call themselves. They're all about positivity, the same thing that we do too. So I love them for that. I respect them for that as well. So
I've got a good story about Ray, but we'll save that for part 2.
Hell yeah.
We're
definitely coming back for part 2.
I said Ray is one hell of a great, amazing guy, but like I said, we'll save that for a part 2 story. That way you can get to work. I feel bad that you.
Yeah. I was like, I'm good. That's already 2 hours. I'm good. I still got time. I'm not that late.
That late.
I'm not that late, but but I really do appreciate you, Jeremy. Like I said, we will continue to talk. I really like this pod right here. It was good. Thank you, Bosa, for co-hosting, stepping in for Levi. Appreciate that. Appreciate you saying yes too. But Jeremy, appreciate you for coming on. We will bring you back for a part 2. And before we go, what's your positive message for the day?
Positive message is keep on pushing forward no matter what. You're going to have good and bad in doing breeding snakes. When you hit the bad, just keep pushing forward, because there's always good after that.
Oh, yeah. Amen. I can agree with that. All right. And on that note, guys, y'all have a good night. Love you guys. Always make sure to pick somebody up. If you see somebody down, stay positive. Y'all have a good night. Love you guys. Peace.
Night.
Hey.
Like, subscribe,